You can start speaking English now, Shimon. We are live.
All right.
For
So
everyone that is watching us, uh, I was waiting for a wrong link for this stream for like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. And Shimon just came back from a meetup in Toruń that he's hosting, actually. He's hosting that meetup. What is it exactly, Shimon?
it's GDG Toruń, so Google Developer Group Toruń.
And you
Basically,
host that since when?
6 months right now. Like previously,
But
it
under
was totally different name. Like last year, it was Toruń Web Development Meetup, and then we joined GDG program and rebranded to GDG Toruń.
Yeah, this is what I'm asking. I'm asking about like the origins of the meetup, not rebranding.
Basically, there was nothing right like this in Toruń, so I started something. I started gathering people together to talk about, many technologies, not only Google, but yeah, in general, web development, cross-platform development, AI recently. So yeah, we are
Cool.
going deep.
That's why I really wanted to have you here because I like playing around with web development sometimes, but this is not like my uh, how do you say that? Like first things that I'm good at. I'm better at mobile development. So when it comes to like the original React and like all of those different like web things about React, I'm not really familiar with them. I know how to use them. Like I know the tools, but I don't really know sometimes like what is the historical background and how they like connect to each other and all of that.
Yeah, and today
So
we will basically focus on something that's pretty much focused on React, the web React, the original React, the one and only React.
yeah, the OG React. But before we
Exactly.
get to that, I noticed that you have a new background. You bought IKEA color light, right?
It's it's a different story. Like the one behind me, this one, this is from my living room. The pinkish light.
Yeah.
I can even show you really quick. It's something used to. Okay, my camera is focusing on me, so you can look at my bird. But yeah, it's basically it's used to make Jesus Christ. I'm missing the word here, but the green stuff. You know what I
Money?
mean? No, the
Green stuff?
money, like flowers and etc. I'm missing the word for nature, but
Gardening?
something like that.
Okay, okay.
Sorry, I'm a little bit tired today.
Yeah, like it's gonna be weird for us. And thanks everyone.
Plants, plants,
Plants, yeah.
plants. Green one,
When you
plants.
said plants, the camera was zooming in. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for us because it's 9:30 p.m. our time. So like, but yeah, I really wanted to have Shimon here, and he could do it at this time. So we are doing this at this time. Let's see how long we can go without falling asleep. I also need to like fix my light as well. So give me a moment. This should be brighter in the.
Yeah,
Okay.
it took me some time to make my face
Okay, that's fine.
whitish, not yellowish. It's still a little bit yellowish.
It's still yellow.
But just
Don't
a
kid
little,
yourself.
Just a little bit.
Do you have the like a key light, like light that shines at you directly from like
There is the
from in front
first
of the
one,
camera?
and there's the second one.
Okay.
A little bit different brightness.
Okay, cool. So officially we are professionals. This is officially what we do. We do professional live streams, and we are 4 minutes in, so probably let's just get started. Last week we did a live stream about State of React 2024, in which the Create React app was like we discussed Create React app, the library, and
yeah,
that
we talk about it. Yeah.
And it was deprecated already, or not? Like, what did it say in that survey?
To be honest, I was nearly sure that it was deprecated some time ago, like a year ago or 2 years ago, and I was a little bit surprised to hear that well, it's a totally new thing. Like it was deprecated 2 days ago, I know, a week ago.
Well, I'm not really sure. So let's check. So I'm gonna go to state of React 2024, and let's see. Where was it? Was it in the feature, in the libraries?
I
And like
don't
create
know.
React app.
Maybe other tools. Oh, okay, there's it.
So no one, like a bunch of people have negative sentiment about it. And then the create React app, it doesn't say
Yeah,
it's
there
deprecated here.
it says in the banner in the top of the on the website.
Look
You
at
scroll
this.
up.
It says easy to maintain here.
Because technically, from consumer perspective, the only thing you had to do was to upgrade your dependency.
I'm not.
But
I don't
you
really
know,
know if that's correct.
uh, sometimes it was beneficial to do something like eject from React
Yeah.
scripts just to have access to webpack config, basically.
Yeah.
And there are tools like Krakow, which is basically create React app configurables, something like that. That's the acronym for it, uh, which allows you to modify the webpack config, but at the same time, you don't have to eject.
Yeah.
Because when
Like
you eject, you are basically you are on your own.
on
It's
your
totally
own.
up to
Yeah.
you to update everything.
Okay. So after we did that live stream on 13th of February last week, Thursday last week, on 14th of February, this article came out. This one, Sunsetting Create React App. And it was written by Matt Carroll and Ricky Hanlon. And basically, in that article, they say that they are deprecating Create React App for several reasons. And like the biggest one, I think, from this article is that you should not be really using React this way anymore. The Create React app has a lot of limitations, and contrary to what Shimon just said, I think, like I read it here and I read it in a bunch of other places, it limits you down the road. Like it doesn't allow you to like do proper stuff. I don't know, Shimon, help me out here. It's late.
You know, like it's okay for single page applications running in your browser, basically rendering stuff on the client side, but it doesn't really support any server side things. Like you cannot basically server side render, you cannot pre-render, you
Well,
cannot.
this is what if I don't want server side rendering? Like this was Create React app was not a server side rendering framework. It was a client side easy way to bootstrap React project and just run with it.
You know, I remember back in the days it wasn't really that easy to basically configure Webpack to allow you to write JSX. It was something like I couldn't. I tried to do it myself back in the days, and I couldn't.
Okay, so let's go through limitations. So in the limitations we have routing. There is no routing in Create React app, which is like, should it be? If you start React Native app, and like this is another can of worms, but if you start React Native app the old way, like React Native init or something like that, the command is, you don't have routing as well. You have to like import, you have to install React Navigation or something like that. If you start with Expo, you also have to opt in into Expo Router in order to have routing by default. So in React Native, it's a similar story, right? So routing we don't get with Create React app. What else we don't get? We don't get any data fetching. Well, you get fetch.
You don't have server components, so you cannot really do any modern stuff.
You don't have code splitting. And you don't have all of those things.
To be honest, I'm not sure about the code splitting part.
Well, they said you don't have code splitting.
I remember doing something like this back in the days, and I think it worked.
Well, like that's the point.
You
Create
can
React
see...
app is just a starting point, right? So what you do with it after that is you are on your own. Like you can eject from create React app and you just have like Webpack and React and all of that like on your own.
Yeah, but what I meant is that CRA with Webpack was able to split your bundle, if I'm not mistaken. Like if you import something with React Lazy, you were able to basically split your bundle. I think what they meant
Okay.
here is that you have nothing like route based code splitting because there's no
Mm-hmm.
router. Like you have to do this yourself. Usually, when you install back in days when you had to install for something like React Router, you would have to do the lazy loading by yourself.
Yes, you are correct, and it says it right here. But for
Yeah,
ideal performance, you should split, blah blah blah. And one way to do code splitting is with React Lazy. However, this
exactly.
means that the code is not fetched until the component renders, which can cause network waterfalls. Okay, so like
And
it's not really optimized.
there were libraries like third-party libraries. I think the one was named React Loadable, something like that, which allows you to prefetch components. Like you basically imperatively say, "I want this component to be fetched because I know it will be rendered soon." Something we can do with React Query, like we want to query something without use query hook because we know we
Mm-hmm.
are going to need it in a second or two.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, but yeah, it was totally on the third party side on some custom packages and so on. So it wasn't built in.
So you remember a year ago, I approached you. You weren't at Kostak at that time. I approached you if you want to like um, uh, participate in the recruitment for some position at Kostak, and to do that, I was asking a bunch of people the same question. Like, if you had a lot of time, a team of people, and a goal to make an impact in React community, what would you do? So I asked that question to several people, and I asked that question to one guy from Warsaw that is like really big in web development. He's an architect for many years, if not decades, and he told me that the client side React right now doesn't get enough love from community, from Meta, from everyone, and like this includes Create React App, right? Create React App was not maintained. No, like every new feature of React, we were getting as a part of a bigger framework or something. So a bunch of new things in Next.js, server components, all of that is nice, but it's also nice in the context of big multi-page websites and not like as SPAs, right? Not client side one page app.
Yeah, there's this shift of every like new feature coming to React that we are focusing now on server side rendering and React server components instead of this pure SPA mode.
Yeah.
Like when you look at React 19, we didn't really get anything like super important for client side applications. We got some kind of quality of life improvements with use form or whatever the name was,
Mm-hmm.
where we can observe the form state. But there's nothing like groundbreaking there. I mean, okay, compiler can work in SPA mode,
Yeah, on the
but
client.
the
Yeah.
other things like I don't know, component server components were added in 19. Yeah, they were officially stable in 19, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so server components are not really SPA at all. So there's
Yeah.
this
So
shift from client side to Next, Remix, or whatever the framework is, which is capable
and
of doing
like
server
this
side.
was so when this article came out on Friday, this was the response from community. So I have some notes. It's not many, but I have some. So this week in React, Sebastian did a great job like explaining the situation. So let's just maybe read it verbatim. So that's the first article in this newsletter. So it says, long overdue, CRA has received the latest React 19 fixes and is now officially deprecated. This article explains the limitation of the CRA and build tools regarding routing, waterfalls, code splitting, and more. The React team encourages us to adopt framework like Next.js, React Router, or Expo to address these issues. And like this is um, in line with what they did on the React Native side when they announced last year, Expo is the framework. You should not be using React Native in it, basically. Like the CLI, the community CLI is like no longer the default way of creating React Native apps. You should use Expo. So this is the same. Like they already mentioned that you should be using Next.js or Remix in React a year ago or more than that, and now they are deprecating CLI.
I don't know.
However,
Maybe it's
yeah,
because there were so many issues reported to React repository about things that are not really connected with bare React without any frameworks. Like people were asking how to do routing, and they were tired of basically explaining that React isn't about routing itself; it's about building UIs, and you should use some kind of third party in place.
well, like they explain in the blog itself that like it wasn't maintained, and like this is just not the way they want to go, the like route they want to take. So, however, you can still build a React app from scratch using Vite, which is fast in French, as we know from
We know
Olaf from
that,
last week,
yeah.
Parcel, RS Build, or other modern build tools. The initial announcement sparked heated debates on X and GitHub. And this is how I actually found out about this article. Because I went on X and I saw a bunch of like posts about it. And one from those posts is from Evan Yu. Evan, of course, creator of Vue and Vite. And he's saying, like, he wrote a few things, but like he's saying basically this. Recommending current CRA user migrating directly to a framework is just bad advice. You are pushing them towards a lot more complexity than their current setup and greatly increases migration cost and risk, which I agree with. Right? If your team has been using client-side React for many years, migrating that project to a framework is just not something that you want to be doing as a team, right?
Yeah, you can end up with server-side rendering application by accident. Like you are just following the
Accidentally,
documentation,
yeah.
and whoops, I need a server now. But that's not only this thing. Like something that you can do in client side isn't really a good option in server side. For example, if you format dates, it's okay to format them in client side code and just render it in HTML. Don't try formatting dates on the server side, and I mean it. Because, for example, you will end up with things like your rendered page includes some kind of date, which is different for, I don't know, USA users and users coming from Poland, and you can basically have no idea why it happens, or some kind of
You might
hydration
not have
mismatches,
any
and
idea that it happens.
yeah.
It,
I had some issue like that this back when Next.js was not that popular, that we used the Next.js first time, and we had reports that for some users there's some kind of hydration mismatches, errors, and the page is basically scrambled, like really scrambled, like CSS missing, things moving around, and the issue was basically this, that we were formatting dates in JSX directly, not knowing it may cause any issues.
so, like going back to this, like another good point from Evan is here. Different people have had different opinion on X, but this like it's so refreshing seeing those kind of things like evolving and like uncovering in real life, because like you can observe actually like OSS doing its work. So like I'm not sure how long later, but after that discussion, Mark Erickson, who is a maintainer of Redux, if I remember correctly, I think that's correct.
You're right.
He said this was like 4 days ago, so February 17th, so 3 days after that blog post. He said, okay, so we had this PR, blah blah blah, and there is a summary. The summary states the React team announced this, these changes were highly anticipated, but created a lot of confusion and mismatched expectations from community and major concerns that they mentioned Vite, but somewhat in passing. Like for me, it almost read as they were not trying to push people towards one solution, which from what I read on X, like Vite is like much better than other solutions. So they were not trying to force people to use like particular solution. They just gave a bunch of different options. Like instead of CRA, you might start doing this. Like you should really be using framework. But if you don't want to be using framework, you can do this. You can do Vite. You can do Parcel. You can do blah blah blah. Right? So like this was not received well by Evan you, but by community as well. Like everybody who knows this knew that, okay, but like really there is no alternative. Like you should be using Vite. Like a bunch of frameworks is using Vite under the hood, right?
Yeah. Basically,
So,
Vite is, I don't want to say the same as Webpack. It serves the same purpose, but in contrary to Webpack, it doesn't require you to configure many things. Like it works out of the box. You install Vite, you run it, bang, React is working.
so I really want to like pick your brain about this, and maybe let's just go through this, and then we can just play around with some tools, okay? So yeah, a bunch of different things, and then like he basically like change. I think did he change the blog post? Yeah, he changed the blog post as well. Like here, he changed some wording around that, but he also changed like different building a React framework, creating a React app, like what you should be doing. And like this was, so it says closed here, but as far as I know, in React and React Native repositories, you don't merge directly, it gets merged somewhere else. This just serves as I don't know, like a public repository, but it gets merged somewhere else. So this got merged, which like closed, approved, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And everyone was like, yeah, thank you. This is much better than we had before. And also, Jack Harrington said, this is excellent work, thank you. Also, so this was like a few days ago, right? Since then, Jack Harrington built on top of Vite and TanStack Router to create, and now I forgot this, and I don't think I have it in my notes. Yeah, I don't have it in my notes.
Create TanStack app.
Yeah, so
which is super simple. I mean, you will see. You can see the source code. I don't think this is the one.
It's this. It was created 5 days ago. So like,
this is the one.
and like going back to my my story about this recruitment that we had, and I was going around asking people, if you had 6 months and a team of people, what would you like do in React space? And someone told me React client-side React is not getting enough love from the community, and like nothing was going on in this space. It took a week.
Me, actually, you know.
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
pretty sure it was, because that's my opinion on things. Like,
so like nothing was going on in this space, and it took one blog post that shook the community, right? Like it shook us. There were a bunch of different opinions about that, and then like in a few days we have like new solutions, we have new ways of doing things. Like we have a discussion at least. So this is it. Like this is the whole story. And now what I want to do is give you the floor, Shimon, to maybe like explain to me and explain to everyone that is willing to listen, how does create React app work, CRA? So like if I do that command, what does it give me exactly? If this is possible to like, how how could I like recreate that from scratch on my own, right? So I'd have to add Webpack, blah blah blah, all of that like directly in package.json in npm install. And how is that monstrosity different from Vite? What is Vite exactly? And like how it all like matches up. And I can make some notes if you want, but I can also like
I would say
fire up
you
the
should
console
go.
and just create React app itself.
I think you should go to the GitHub repository for create React app.
Okay, so I go
It
here.
will be the easiest way. Like we will go
Yeah,
just to the source code. Okay, my microphone is obscuring my view, so let me reorganize. Okay, I guess packages. I haven't been here, so it will
this
be
is not. We were not prepared to do this. Like this
yeah.
is live, and we are just playing around. Don't worry about it.
What we are looking for is we are looking for a file named webpack config or something similar. It will be
Webpack
probably in
config.
it will be probably in React scripts. I'm not like
How about
100% sure.
create React app?
Nah, it's just the
Yeah,
CLI.
React script. Yeah, it must be here. And then
Lib,
scripts.
lib. I'm not sure it will be lib. Okay, no.
No, that just types.
Uh, okay, maybe config. Config sounds like something like webpack config. Sounds similar. Okay, we
Webpack
are here.
config.
And
Persistent.
fire up
Okay.
webpack config.js.
Okay.
And look at the length of this file. And I will give you some seconds to
That's
summarize.
800 lines. I have a good mouse, you know.
Yeah, and that's not all. Like it's importing many things from different
Yeah.
packages, different directories in the same repository.
So
But if you
this is
go,
extending, right? Like base config extends from something, from
it's
ESLint
ESLint
base.
actually. It's something different, but yeah, because you get ESLint with Create React App, so you get basically everything you need. It's not true with Vite. With Vite, you don't get ESLint. You have to configure it yourself. But the thing here is that you need, because in Webpack you have loaders. Like if you want to load something, some JS file, some asset like PNG file, SVG, you have to use loaders. Okay, so you have this JavaScript loader, but React uses JSX. So you need Babel loader to transpile JSX to JavaScript, to basically React that create element on, or in newer versions of React, you would use something like JSX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it's auto-generated. For the CSS files, you need CSS loader. If you use SAS or SCSS, you need SCSS loader. You want
I
to
get the
minimize
point.
things. There's
I get the point.
many moving parts you need to set up yourself. And that's not even it, because you won't get something like auto reloads. You would have to
The what?
automatically auto reloads when you change something. Hot reloads.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the name. When you change something, the page tries to reconcile your changes and automatically apply them. That's not something built in Webpack. At least I think it's not built in. You have to install it by yourself. So you would have to recreate 800 lines of code to get the same behavior. And now,
Okay.
if you go to the create TanStack app, create whatever was the name of the second repository, the new
Don't
one.
you want to just like, let's just check what will happen if I try to do it now? I know it's deprecated, but let's just like try to do this. What do you think?
I guess it will work, and you will get nice message saying you shouldn't do that.
Let's see. I want to share my screen again, but just share the entire screen. So give me a moment. So that's entire screen. I want to share this one. Okay. So I want to do.
Oh, you have to, make it bigger. And change your wallpaper, because that's the default one.
I know. I just don't care about wallpapers. Okay.
It's part of your personality. So it's something important.
My app, CRA. Let's do this. Do you want to install? Yeah, sure. Why not? Create React app is deprecated, like you said, but it is still creating the React app, and it's installing React, which is like the default React, React DOM, which is necessary for web pages, React scripts. Those are just like wrappers around Webpack, right?
Yeah, and probably ESLint because you saw this ESLint lines in the source code.
And then it is installing, and let's see what
And
it will do.
and your quality is dropping dramatically right now.
I know, because like this is heavy stuff. Let's do cursor here.
Okay, so
Happy hacking. Okay.
yeah, I guess you are ready.
I guess I am.
you can eject just to see
I
the
know.
full.
Let's just first see what we get from here. Okay? Like what's inside this thing. So what I get is
Nothing.
source folder. Well, it's not nothing. Like you get I remember this. Like I'm not really a web developer by trade, right? But like I still would get some idea how to do CSS, some idea how to import things in React, blah blah blah. So and you have this like boilerplate React. So how do I run it? I run React script start. So scripts. So I go here and I'm gonna say yarn start. Couldn't find a package JSON.
My apps rates, not this directory.
Okay. Thank you.
And it's doing its thing in the background. We should see the.
It's just
You're really quick.
Yeah, it fired up in the different page. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. So that's what you get if you start a CRA project. What we can do now is, so I guess, okay, Git is here. There are no changes in my Git aside from like VS Code sheet. So what we can do is we can eject, which will change this project from CRA project using React scripts to just like patchwork of different like libraries and webpacks and configurations that were given us by default, and we are on our own. How to do that? How do I? Is it
React script eject, and that's it.
So yarn eject. Let's do that. Let's.
You will probably warn 1 or 2 times. It's not a good idea.
What?
You will be warned 1 or 2 times. It's not a good idea to eject.
Okay, let's see. Are you sure this action is permanent? Yes.
Okay. You have to.
Yeah, I know.
Revert your changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the message was funny because it said something like, "Oh, if you need TypeScript, you don't need to eject anymore because React App 2 Plus uses TypeScript."
Yeah, that's the message from 2018. Yeah. You can do all of this without ejecting. Do you still want to eject? Yeah, I want to eject. Okay. And now what we... Whoa, that was fast.
Yeah, because all the packages were installed in the project.
And look what we have. Look at this monstrosity.
And number of dependencies.
So we're getting... Now we're getting the Webpack config that was hidden from us before. We're getting it here like loud and clear. This is not the same as we saw on that package. Do you know? Because like that one was more lines than this, I think. Or maybe I'm mistaken.
Somewhere
I'm
between,
not sure.
I mean, nearly the same.
Then we have the Debpack web server, blah, blah, blah. We have a bunch of different things.
Yep.
And like package. So where was this before? Like, was it all in what dependency was this hidden?
React scripts.
In React scripts, right?
So you see now that in start you have a custom script. So basically, when you call React script start, it calls a custom Node.js script which resolves their dependencies in React scripts directory, more or less,
This one.
and then yeah, and they are able to use scripts installed in React scripts because normally those don't traverse to your project. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit complicated, like package management. It also differs between package management, but yeah,
So
generally it's hiding the webpack, hiding everything from you
yeah.
behind the curtain.
So sorry. What I want to say is you need all of this. Like it would require you to build something similar in order to have a production grade client side application in order to display spinning React logo.
More or less.
Yeah.
More or
So
less
like
because some parts you would be able to omit. Like you don't need CSS. You can always use inline
yeah,
styles.
I know. But like walk me through how do how could I like go about it without doing CRA? Like just by creating I want to start with package JSON file and just add a bunch of things. Like, do I really need all of that? No. Like,
Okay.
it won't be
So
production ready. It won't be production grade, but I'd still get the same outcome, right?
all right. So you need which one? HTML Webpack plugin. That's something you would definitely need. I'm looking at the dependencies on the right
Ah,
side.
okay, okay.
Like HTML Webpack plugin definitely needed. File loader. I think this one is only used when you need to load stuff like basically images, but I'm not sure about it. But yeah, go on. Post CSS is used only to normalize or help you write cross-browser CSS, which is not a problem nowadays. But back in the
Mm-hmm.
day, we had to use something like display flexbox, display MS flexbox, display WebKit flexbox. So post CSS was
Oh
here
yeah, all
to
of those
yeah
like
to
yeah.
auto prefixer was the name for the tool back in the
Mm-hmm.
days. And yeah, you see post CSS flex bugs fixes. So it's still there, but we don't need it anymore. But it's still there. Uh what do we have then? Can you scroll down a little bit? All right.
React scripts are
Tailwind?
removed, like you said.
Tailwind is here?
Tailwind?
Yeah, I'm surprised to see it. Like,
Uh,
I
yeah, because
don't.
like this page is not styled with Tailwind. This page is styled with CSS, isn't it?
It
Or
is.
yeah, there. This is not a Tailwind class. This is
Don't know why
CSS
it's here.
class. Sorry.
I have no idea why it's here.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
So that's
but
create React app after ejection.
generally, you need loaders. Many of them, like CSS loader, Babel loader, or any like TypeScript loader, if there's any. But nowadays, Babel supports it. So you need many loaders. You need to patch them together in Webpack config, and you will be able to build something. Like it
Okay.
won't be great, but you will be able to build something without any support like hot reloads and stuff like that.
Let's now like um what I want to say. Summarize like what we have in like those like build tools, web packs, kind of like different things. What is Vite?
Uh, if I'm not mistaken, Vite was built upon rollup. That was the name.
So
Uh,
Vite is a blazing fast front-end build tool powering the
Everything
next
is blazing
generation of web
fast.
applications.
If I'm not mistaken, Vite was created upon rollup. Sorry, I'm still mistaken rollup and rolldown, because rolldown is a Rust rewrite of rollup, and rollup is a bundler similar to Webpack, similar but different again,
Mm-hmm.
like with everything. So Webpack was mainly used for applications, and it differs from rollup with how, for example, modules are handled in your code. Rollup was definitely quicker, faster. It produce, produces some different bundle. Like it differ with how modules are resolved, but definitely it's quicker. If I'm not mistaken, Vite is built upon Rollup. It's basically similar to CRA. Like it's
Well, no. Well, Vite is not a replacement to CRA. Vite is not even React specific. Vite is a build tool for JS. It's not for React per se.
yes and no. I
And
mean,
no.
Vite,
I know you're gonna say that. Yes
it's
and no.
opinionated. It's opinionated bundler. Like it has some pre-built configuration for
Well,
just for tools that are commonly used with Vite. For example, for React. I think the only thing to use Vite with React you have to do is you create Vite config, you export an object from there, you put React as a plugin. That's it. It just works. Like that's the end.
well, let's see.
And
So, scaffolding your first Vite project. Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. Then follow the prompts. Okay. So, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna yarn create Vite. Let's see. Let's see
and
what's.
you can select from view, React, Preact, and
Yeah,
a
but
lot of
like
more.
this is the next step, right? Or you can
Uh,
directly. It's gonna ask me. It's gonna ask
yeah,
me what I want to do.
but there are many
So I'm
different
gonna
UI
say yarn
libraries.
create Vite, and then okay, project name Vite project. That's great. And select a framework. Look how nice it looks. So vanilla, Vue, React, Preact, Lit. I don't know this one.
Web
Svelte, I know.
components.
Solid, I've heard about it. Quick, I've heard about it. Angular, others. Do you want to see others?
Yeah, let's go. I'm
Let's do this.
super.
Whoa, what's going on?
Okay.
Electron. Let's do the
Wait,
no. Let's do it simpler way. Let's start React, but I really want to try Electron as well.
how can you go back?
Return to submit. Ex- okay, I I didn't escape and it just okay. Create blah blah blah. Project name Vite project. Okay, and I'm gonna select React. I don't want like usually I would go with TypeScript definitely, but I just want to like see the simplest configuration and TypeScript might. So let's
Let's
just go
go with
with
JavaScript.
what's the SWC?
Ah. So again, we can talk minutes about what
Can you
SWC
just
is.
summarize in 3 sentences?
Babel equivalent in written in Rust.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna go with JavaScript. Whoa, what's going on? Scaffolding. Okay.
That's it.
I'm
It's
going
not
to go
installing
into.
dependency automatically, so that's why it was faster.
Okay. It just like downloaded the template and dumped it on my disk.
And that's it.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's installing everything, blah, 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 blah. And when it finishes, you can run yarn dev and
So I'm gonna do yarn dev. And again, it's gonna open this. Okay. It's
you have
not
to open it
opening.
yourself. Yeah, just
No,
click
it
with
didn't.
command on. No, it's not opening, but you can click with command on the URL and it will open.
Okay. Cool. Vite plus React. Woo! I like this page better than the previous one. You can
can
see
click
that
on the
this.
button.
Yeah. You can increment the count. Like this is interactive. The previous one only had the like animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's look. What do we get here? What do we get here?
Surprise, surprise, pretty much nothing.
So we have the Vite config, which is just like boilerplate React config from Vite.js. We get README. We get like this is pretty simple. Packet.json is surprisingly small.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really small.
Like again, plugin React hides a lot of complexity.
Yeah, like
Plugin React is bundled with Vite. So
I guess that. Sorry,
okay,
I'm
it's
gonna
not. Sorry, it's listed there.
I'm gonna disable my Wi-Fi and like see if this will help my network. Okay. So my Wi-Fi is disabled. Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, thank you.
You're still on.
Okay, then we like index HTML we had on the previous one as well. And then what do we get in source? So in source we have main.
Nothing special. Like
Nothing special. And like this is more or less the same that we had previously.
Yep.
So I would argue that like this is very similar to create React app.
It is.
Like this is the same. This is the same client-side rendering, simple scaffolding project, without any additional like things on top.
I have one example to show you how Vite is easier to configure than CRA.
Configure?
So, yeah, we want to install Tailwind. So go to the Tailwind site and look for the instructions for Vite.
Okay.
I think this will be interesting.
Okay, Tailwind.
Because I know it's super simple with
installation
with
Vite. Okay. It's this one.
Yeah, basically we don't need to
and do the
steps,
Vite
but
plugin.
you can see, yeah, the plugin. That's it. I don't think there's even a tutorial for CRI, but correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, basically you install a plugin. That's it. It works because you have access to the configuration file. With CRI, it's a totally different story. You don't have access.
So this is like using Vite. It's this. Then using post CSS is this.
CRA is not mentioned even.
Tailwind CLI is here. So like I probably you could just use Tailwind CLI.
It's not that pleasant.
Framework guides. So for framework you have the next blah blah blah, all of those. Parcel Astro, quick. You
no,
don't have CRA.
React app.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't this work?
It would, but you would have to call the Tailwind CLI and have it running in the background, and configure input and output, and then you need to remember that this output CSS needs to be imported, and so on, so on, so on. Like it happens automatically with Vite.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. So the CLI should be running while you develop.
Yeah.
So that it is like
if
processing.
you need to do the same, yeah, it's basically processing your CSS, looking for those Tailwind classes.
Yeah. Okay. I get it now.
So you can achieve the same thing with Webpack, but with Webpack you have to add another loader or some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's loader. You have to use some kind of Tailwind loader if there's one. But with CRA, normally you don't have access to Webpack config. You need to eject. That's one option. The second option was to use this CRA ACO Krakow. You can look for it. Maybe I'm curious if it's we can check if it's deprecated, because maybe it's not deprecated.
CRA.
I'm just curious.
Is it this one? CRA Krakow
without W at the end. CRACO.
Oh, I remember this one. It's not Krakow, as city in Poland. Krakow, yeah.
I
create React app configuration override. I played around with this when I needed to use like React Native Web or something.
Probably.
And like the boilerplate that I was using like had this inside.
So we can go into plugins or recipes and see, because we'll probably see something like Tailwind there. Okay, linear, that's something we all know, right?
Yeah,
Or
you
not?
just like add this to.
Yeah, because it's like
So
CRACO
what
is.
what this is, the Krakow, what this is allowing you to modify your webpack without ejecting from CRA, basically.
Yep.
So like it is plugging into React scripts and like blah blah blah, doing its little
Doing some
magic
shady
under the
stuff
hood.
in the
Yeah.
background.
And yeah, it's a workaround on top of workaround.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
With Vite, it's easier to plug in new things, basically. You don't need to eject, you don't need to play with some shady tools, let's say.
So let me then like drop this tweet. I'm gonna I have it open on my private browser, so I'm gonna open it here. So this is like the culmination of what we were talking about. So Tanner Linsley, who you might know from React Query, TanStack Query, TanStack Start, TanStack Router, and
TanStack
like
Store.
on thank you, TanStack Store.
Virtual?
He
I
said
guess.
on February 17, again, he said, time to announce Create TS Router App or CTA. This is nice. CTA is nice. A drop-in CRA replacement powered by Vite.js and TanStack, built by Jack Harrington. TypeScript Tailwind file route templates. I love the templates. Pre-ejected with full control over Vite and upgradable to TanStack Start. TanStack Start is still in beta. But like this, so Vite React, I think Vite React is a replacement for CRA. This is something more.
Yeah, because you get the router.
You get router for free as a dependency, right?
That's kind of
So
okay.
like
And Tailwind.
what
Okay,
we
not.
could do is we could just add router to this app, right? What else do we get from Jack? Let's see.
You can go to the source code and I can spoil the fun. Because I can say that there's like nothing interesting, nothing
Oh,
complex.
I know what I want to do. Oh, so this is TypeScript, right?
I mean, yeah, you can
Okay,
generate app in TypeScript.
let's do this. I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna go back. I will create Vite project again. Oh no, this is not creating. I'm gonna create Vite project again with TypeScript. So Vite project. What did Jack do? I'm gonna say, what did Jack do? I'm gonna create React project with TypeScript.
You could even select React Router. So like you would skip the step to
Really?
install a router. Yeah, it was possible to select. So you wouldn't use TanStack Router, but you would use React Router.
But what I want to do is I want to go to this project right now. What did
Recreate the
Jack do?
TanStack app.
I want to do VS Code here. Let me see if I'm not. I want to. Okay. So this is the like Vite with React. And now let's clone. Let's clone this. So I'm gonna do to maintain compatibility, blah blah blah. Can build a new application. Which one should we do? TypeScript up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what I will get if I do just this. So create TS router app latest. TS sounds too much like TypeScript. I know it's TanStack, but it sounds too much like TypeScript.
This is what it is.
Shouldn't it be TNS? So TAN stack.
Maybe. Well,
Okay.
it depends if they are using TS in their, I don't know, other
Need to install.
products.
Yes, I'm gonna install this.
Maybe for us it's TypeScript, for them it's TanStack.
What would you like to be name of your project? So I'm gonna say CRA replacement. Select your router type. Ooh, okay, this is fun. Do you want the file base or traditional? For now, traditional. Yeah, let's do the simpler version. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes, I would. This is nice. I like this. Would you like to use Tailwind? No, not for now, because the other project doesn't have Tailwind yet. So installing, blah, blah, blah. And do you know what I want to do now? I want to remove all of the files from the what did Jack do and just like drop this in and see the git diff between them. So
okay, it will be just a little bit different. Okay, more because there's React query and some other stuff, and I think they have testing library there.
So let's do this. Can you still see my screen? Okay. So I'm gonna do all of that. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna remove all of that from what did Jack do. And I'm gonna paste the project. It says 2 minutes for 86 megs because like npm and stuff, right? Node modules. That's why it takes so long.
This is what it is. Like that's why PNPM is better. Just a side note for everyone.
Is this okay? So that's the Vite project. I can close it right now already. What's the 5 minutes?
I mean, you can skip node modules. Like we don't care about
It doesn't
node
have
modules.
I had the repository. I'm not sure if I didn't like I removed it. I fucked up.
It didn't went according to the plan.
It didn't went according to the plan, no. Okay. I want to do it again. So let's do this. What did Jack do? I'm removing this. I'm going back here. Oh no, I'm in the trash. And now I want to do, where is it? Create Vite. What did Jack do? This is React with TypeScript. Okay. This doesn't have Git?
Probably.
Initialize repository. Init commit. Okay. So it has Git now. Okay. So now I already have Git. Okay, I can do this. So this is what the Jack do. I want to remove everything but this file. Yes. And I want to go to CRA replacement and I want to include okay, without node modules so that it doesn't take too much time, but I want to include all of this. Okay. And now I want to go back to Git and see changes. Okay. That's a lot actually. But like there is a different like test config is not in JSON, it's in app.json, but it's similar.
I would say so. Like, of course, you can like configure things differently, but in the end, they are pretty much similar. Okay, there you have additional config for testing.
Yeah, from
because
Jack.
Vite,
Yeah,
because
thank you,
Vite comes with Vites. No,
Vitest. Yeah.
you have to install Vites by hand. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's including package JSON actually.
Well, Jack gives it to us because like Vitest, you
Yeah.
see, like this is new. So and Vite is new. No, it's probably changed. Let's see in the package in the here. Where's the package JSON? Okay, and I want to see it. How do I? Okay, maybe if I do this. Okay.
So like to be fair, CRA includes ESLint testing library. Okay, those two. Let's start with those two. So with Vite, you don't get testing library, you don't get Vitest, you don't get ESLint by default. With TanStack app, you get Vitest testing library and ESLint, pretty much similar to CRA.
Yeah, similar to CRA. And you get router, which is more than CRA. Okay. And now what else do we get? Like probably like changes here are not significant. Like this is just like different
no button
boilerplate.
anymore.
No button? Why did you steal my button, Jack? Like I like the button.
I would love to see some
button.
kind of silly animation there or something like when you have no internet connection, you get this dinosaur running. So it will be
yeah. Yeah.
Or something like that for the error screen when you get this error overlay. So
okay,
you get some silly
let's do this.
animation.
In what did Jack do? And the command is no longer dev, it's start. So like the command name was changed. So I'm gonna do yarn start error. Okay. I need to do yarn because I didn't copy the node modules.
Yep.
So let's see what. But like, of course, what I showed you here is not what did Jack do. Like Jack did a bunch of other things. I'm just like trying to compare as close apples to apples as possible with this particular configuration. But like I'm really impressed how when I did this, yeah,
but generally with Webpack, with CRA, you had to configure a bunch of things in Webpack itself to have it all running. With Vite, it's all baked up into Vite. So what Jack had to do is basically install ESLint, maybe configure it, the same with Vitest and some other dependencies. But generally, Vite itself is enough to run some basic application.
Yeah, but like what did he do exactly is to create all of this, like all of those templates. So I'm just like showing this right now in the terminal. Like, which router do you want? I want to have this router or this router. Do you want the tailwind? Blah blah blah. And like each step is giving you direction to like a different different. Sorry, it's late. It's like half to 11. The different. So this is like 1, 2. Okay, it's not that many. So it's 4. So there were 2 steps, right? Do you want TypeScript or not? And do you want Tailwind or not? So like you have it here. Probably there will be more. Okay, this is done. So I'm gonna do yarn start again. And oh, look at this. It's almost React logo, but inside you have the TanStack start logo.
Okay. It's barely noticeable on my side, but
TanStack start. It's this. Look. Can you see here?
Okay. Small island with palm and
it's this logo here.
Okay.
Can you see now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small touch.
Nice touch.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's TanStack up. Fuck. Something goes wrong. Okay. Learn React, run TanStack Router. Okay, so like this logo, maybe it's not for TanStack start. Maybe this is logo for TanStack itself.
Yep.
My browser is stuck. I cannot
dying.
do. Yeah, it just died. So I need to like close it. Honestly, it doesn't work. Did Jack killed my computer right now?
Or you did it yourself?
Well, I used the commands from Jack's scripts.
Or you're now mining bitcoins for someone. Like,
what if I close this? How about now? Okay, now I guess it works now.
yeah.
Can you see my stream? Is it like breaking for you or not?
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
When you install things in the background, yeah, it's.
But it wasn't like I didn't even install. What I did was, okay, let me open the browser again.
I think
save for stream browser.
Need to clean your laptop's internals.
Oh, actually, yeah, like my disk is full, so that might be it. So I'm gonna do this.
I meant fans, That's usually the problem with MacBooks. Like you cannot clean them like you would with normal laptops. I wouldn't dare to open it up. Like the battery is basically the most of it internally.
I don't hear it at all.
Okay. So strange.
So I'm gonna. Okay, this is TanStack up. Blah blah blah, and then okay. Well, where's my? So I should have here some routes, right? Like if I go to main, there is an outlet route.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
outlet is something like place to project content. Like when you have some higher order routes and you want to have sub routes in your routes. So you create a route and put outlet in place when you want your sub routes to be rendered. That's outlet.
Okay. So I don't get any routes here, just the index route.
Index, yeah.
So if I do this, let's do this. If I go /Lukasz slash doesn't work.
I wonder what's going on in the background. Like there is definitely something wrong.
Can I can write here.
Barely, but you can.
But if okay, this is gonna be 404. Okay, that's not found. Do you know how to add routes here? Create router.
You create a route with the create route function.
But is it like another route here or what?
No,
No.
look at line 26.
26,
Index
yeah.
route.
Create route. Okay.
So you use the same thing basically.
So it's gonna
But you
be...
replace path and you replace component.
Yeah, got it.
And then you need to add
Is it
to
after
you
slash or
need,
just here?
if, I'm not sure, but you can always place the slash.
Okay, and the component is not going to be up. Let me add component really fast. Yep, that's gonna be it.
So now put it as a component, and the last thing is to add this new route to the root tree.
Yep. Where's the root 3?
41.
Oh, fuck. 41, add children.
Yeah, so back in the days, you would, instead of doing this, you would basically render something like router, then switch, then root with your path, and then your component. Like it will be created in component tree.
Failed to resolve. Blah, blah, blah. Does the file exist? Did I
You did
do
something
something
wrong.
stupid? I did something stupid.
Okay, I know
Yeah.
what you did.
I did the
import.
stupidest import. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back. This works. And let's see. This works as well. So you have really easy client-side routing here.
And you can try clicking on the logo on the button.
On the back button?
Yeah. No, the TanStack Router button on the thing. Yeah, this is the button, and you get DevTools for router.
Oh, okay. And this is another route, right?
I mean, it's showing you. Okay, so this component is rendered aside your content, your application, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's embedded into your application, and basically it injects itself to React Router, and I think also React Query if you install it, and it allows you to inspect basically the state of the router.
Okay. So what else can we like? Do you want something else to do with it? Like, it's 17 to 11 p.m. I want to stop at 11 p.m. So this is gonna be one of our shorter streams. But like, what else can we play around with here? Do you want to check? Do you want to check the file-based routing? Like, it's not gonna be fun. It's just gonna be like files instead of components.
You know, there are other possibilities. I mean, Vite is not the only option.
Yes, let's talk about other ones. What are the other ones?
We have Parcel.
Yep.
You can go to the website. It was created before Vite. Like I remember doing some stuff in Parcel, mostly just playing
The
with it.
Zero configuration build tool for the web. Parcel combines the great out-of-the-box development experience with a scalable architecture that can take your project from just getting started to massive production application. Do you agree, Shimon?
Not sure about the second part, but it's definitely super easy to start with. Like you install Parcel, you can install it globally on your laptop, on your computer, and then you just run Parcel and you put the index file, index.html file there, and it works.
Okay, let's see.
TypeScript, JavaScript,
So I'm gonna,
everything works.
before you need to install it on your project, but I have to have project already, or what? Like I would do this only if I already had a project.
You know, it's like, yeah, there's no generation, like project generation, what they are used to. Like you need to create your own project, then you can install Parcel, and then it's a little bit more complicated, but not that much.
So like if I were to do this, I would do what? New folder? Parcel project. Okay. Then what?
Yarn add / dev parcel.
Only this?
I think it
No.
will create package JSON automatically.
Do you
Like
think
it's
so?
missing, so I will add it.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't
Or
know that. Like I
okay,
didn't
maybe
think
not.
that I can add things to
It won't work. Okay, I know it won't work. So you can close it,
will this
and
add parcel just to my global yarn?
I think so. Like it will
Let's see.
traverse the tree up until it will reach the root directory. So probably would
Let's see
add
what I
the.
get from here. Well, no, it created package JSON.
Okay, I think npm would go up. One of them would go
Okay.
up definitely.
So I have parcel. Cool.
So now we need to create index.html.
Here?
Yep, in your project,
Okay.
and copy
Should I
paste the
just
code
copy
from.
this?
Yep.
There is no copy button. I'm used to having copy button on those kind of things.
Actually, if you go down, because this one doesn't have any JavaScript in it, so surprise, surprise, it won't be useful for us. But there, okay, because it's basically
It's
giving
step
you
by
like,
step.
yeah, step by step. But this one you can copy.
Should I copy those three? So I copy styles, I
uh,
copy app.js, and I
no,
copy
just the
index.
index.html,
This one?
and yeah, and just remove the style CSS line.
Okay. So this is this, and then styles I remove, and then source I add, right?
Mm-hmm. And I guess you will need to name it JSX. Like TSX, so it need to be JSX.
Okay. How do I is this like already referencing this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the whole beauty.
Yeah. Now, what do I do now?
It won't say you how to use React, but you can see there are recipes for React on the left side, recipes, and then React is the third option there. Or you can write it yourself if you remember what to import. And
Well, wait a minute. So like parcel again, this is not only for React, right? This is
yep.
like for all the web. But like right from the start, I understand the confusion on the Twitter a few days ago when we got CRA deprecated, which was official, not the best one, but official tool to bootstrap client-side application. And Vite and Parcel was like handed on the same level. They were proposed as alternatives on the same level. And we checked Vite, which on itself gave us a lot of like configuration and a great development experience. And I was like, I was ready to go with Vite in no time. I didn't need you to tell me what to do. Everything was handed to me on the platter. And with this, I don't know if.
Let's go to the React recipe. Like it's
Okay.
mentioned there, so maybe it's
Recipes.
straightforward.
React.
Yeah.
So like parcel worked great for building,
Okay.
blah blah blah.
You need to install things by
First
hand.
install React and React DOM. Why don't they give me any boilerplates? Would that be so hard?
I mean, it's not that hard to follow basic instructions
Well, it
and copy
is.
things.
It's not that hard. Like I've created boilerplates all years ago for React Native, and like it's really nice. Like something like Ignite from Infinite Red, right? So like you write a bunch of commands and then you get your whole project, which is already set up. And like you don't write source app.js with just hello world. What you get is something like is something like this. You have a ready to go web page already styled, already you know how to like navigate to on that web page. And not something like hello world with no styling. Like come on.
That's something. Like That's something to start with. But I think you.
And then you have to
Was
add,
about to say. I was
and
about
then
to
you have to
say.
add all of this.
No, it's saying that it's automatically working. So,
Oh, okay.
and the same with fast refresh that it's working.
Okay. Okay.
It's out
Sorry,
of the
Parcel.
box. Yeah, so parcel is here. You can use it with
Mm-hmm.
Flow, TypeScript, with different styling libraries. Uh,
Well,
it's not that bad.
I don't want really want to continue with Parcel right now. I don't really want to add all of those things. Like,
Okay, so I'm not sure if ES build is ready for
we
web.
can
You
see
know.
what else they recommend on the. This is quick
Hmm.
notes. This is February. I want to open this. So blah blah blah. Community deprecating. Several limitation. Framework. Website. How to migrate. Build tool. Okay. So
Okay, RS build is here. So
Parcel and RS build. Let's do RS build now. Oh, okay. So they have migration guides. Parcel have migration guides as well. So if I
mhm.
had CRA, I could do this, and it would be easier. So
uh, yeah,
well,
but
it's
still,
just a bunch of steps, right? It's just a bunch of copy paste.
yep.
Okay. So
But still, you need to do this by yourself.
RS build. How is it different from Parcel and from Vite? Do you know?
It's written in Rust,
Okay. That's all?
so it should be super fast, like
The
really,
RS
really
Pack
fast.
powered build tool. Oh, I like the animations in the background. Can you see them?
Nope, you're lagging again.
Okay. So it's
But yeah, some circles going around.
yeah, like stars or whatever. RS Pack base, batteries included, framework agnostic, blah blah blah. Lightning fast.
Yep. I think most of modern build tools are built in a way to not force you to configure anything. Like they already include things, configuration files for React, Vue, Angular, whatever library you use.
Mm-hmm.
RS
Yeah,
build is
like
different because it's faster. Usually, it's faster, way faster.
okay. Do you want to try it out?
Let's see if there's any if any generator is here. Like with
The
CRA,
what?
you get the generator. Like with CRA, you get the whole project with everything, and with Parcel, you have to go through the manual yourself,
Yeah,
create
there are some
all the files
templates.
yourself. Okay, so
So I'm gonna do np. I'm gonna do this, and let's go here, and let's create RS build. Let's see what's the user experience like. So, okay, similar as with Jack's tool, right? Project name or path, RS build project. That's great. Project name is required. Select framework. I want to go with React, please. Select language. Let's do JavaScript. Select additional tooling. Use space to select, enter to continue. Okay. Biome. What's that? Nah, I want ESLint.
basically Rust.
So Biome is ESLint plus Prettier.
Hmm.
So I want ESLint, I don't want at Prettier. Okay, enter.
And not surprising, it's using Rust.
It's
Like
done.
everything is using Rust right now.
So I'm gonna do RS build project. Probably it didn't install.
And there you go. Yeah, your camera is now gone for a couple of seconds.
This is a great argument for me. I'm gonna cut it out and send it to Callstack to provide me some new laptop or something.
Question is if it's caused by your laptop or your internet connection.
It's no, it only does this when I do this kind of things, right?
Hmm. So it's
But my
definitely
internet
time for you.
connection, like the what's it called?
Right now, we are on your mobile network, so
No, it's not mobile network.
you. Well, in the beginning, you said you are turning off your Wi-Fi.
I turned on the Wi-Fi on my computer, so
Turn
I'm
on.
actually
Okay.
on the wired connection right now.
Okay.
So like,
Not
look,
but
I have 300 megs. That's pretty fast.
yeah, it's definitely enough for npm install. Like I know the memes about node modules, like the heaviest thing in the universe, node modules, and I agree because yeah, recently I had to free some space, and well, node modules are huge. Another reason to use pnpm. I'm so grateful for pnpm to be there for me. Uh,
So I'm doing code again. Uh, I opened already a bunch of different windows, right? So that's probably it. So this is RS build project. I'm gonna close all the other ones. So this is what I don't need. What did Jack do? I don't need this one, which you don't see right now. Uh, let's look inside here. So packet JSON, okay, not too bad. Build dev lint preview. Preview, okay. Let's see. We have some config, also like plugin based
mhm.
as Vite is. And in the source we have only 3 files: index.jsx, app. Not not as much going on on our main page.
No animation, so
No animation. I don't agree with this. This should be better. You can do better, RSPack. Should we start it? Let's.
yeah, sure.
I think it was def command, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Okay, rs build with React. Okay, it's nice. Like fine. But it was fast. It was really fast. Like I know there is nothing on this page, but it was like considerably faster than the other ones.
Well, it shines when you have like hundreds of modules of files in a profile in a project,
Yeah.
but
Okay. So that was RSPack. So what did we cover? We covered CRA. Like we created a bunch of projects today. All,
yeah,
all of them are hello world.
more or less, some of them have animations, so that's something. One of them have a
One of
router
them
gestures.
have a nice touch on the uh what is it? I think I closed it, but nice touch on the React logo.
Mm-hmm. The TanStack one.
TanStack one, yeah.
Yeah, but definitely going with parcel will be going through a rocky road. Like you have to install ESLint, configure it, configure bunch of other things. It will take some time. With ES build, with what was the other one? The Vite, you get all the things pre-configured in the background, behind the curtain. You don't need to do anything besides building. I mean, installing and building. That's it. With parcel, we have to pay attention to configuration stuff, and
Well,
yeah,
and it seems that like Vite has React community behind it, basically. From what I saw on Twitter, on X.
it's super popular because if I'm not mistaken, that was the first bundler to be basically the first bundler to not force you to configure anything. Like you install it, you install maybe some one plugin, and that's it. You have your application running.
Yeah.
Like in the past, it was totally different. Like you saw the webpack configuration file. It's huge, and you had the choice of using CRA or building it yourself, and it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Like
And I
still,
think
it's not
that's
a
it.
common knowledge for people to understand what's going on in the background. Like JSX is not really understandable by browsers, and
Hey,
it's
funny thing is, I know that I just said that we are gonna be done, but the funny thing is, do you know who created React?
like the original creator.
Yeah, it was created
No,
at Facebook at the time. It was
definitely.
Jordan Walk. So Jordan Walk created React, and like, so he has this like mm, a big talk about like creating React. I'm not sure what it is, but like JS app, is it this one? Ah, it's gonna play some. Ah, never mind. So he has this talk about React itself, but also in 2019, React to the Future is called, and this talk, oh, sorry, this talk is about Reason ML, about new language, and in that new language, I worked in it for more than 1 year, and JSX is a first class citizen. So ReasonML understands JSX. It is still compiled to either JavaScript or some other languages, but still, and when it compiles to JavaScript, it just spits out just regular JavaScript without JSX. But it's yeah, it's just fun thing that he created React and then he created a language that is like meant for React.
I think Parcel supports ReasonML. Like it's included in Parcel,
Really?
so you can start using Parcel with ReasonML.
Reason
At
ML?
least I believe it was included in the past because I remember seeing ReasonML somewhere on some site.
Well, I don't see Reason ML here.
Maybe it was dropped because there was Parcel one, and then there was this great rewrite, like always, and maybe they dropped it. But I remember seeing it somewhere.
Okay. Parcel JL,
Parcel
blah blah
one,
blah.
Parcel one, the
Yeah,
old one
this
had
is
it
the old
included.
one. Reason ML buckle script. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, like this is just a tangent. So this is how you write Reason
Okay.
ML. It has types. Ah, I liked it actually. Okay, never mind. Shimon, it's 11 p.m. Should
It
we
is.
stop now? Thank you so much.
I
Like I
think so.
learned a lot today. This kind of live streams are actually for me, for myself, to learn new things. And today I learned a bunch. Like it would be a lot on my own to like go through this without doing a live stream. The live stream allows me to learn on the fly and talk about it with you. So
And
thanks a
write it
lot.
down for further processing in your spare time. Weekend is coming, so you have plenty of time to go through the notes and yeah, investigate things.
I won't. No, but like now I know that I tested all of those different things. I know the user experience and I know that Vite is far more superior than the others. That's all. That's all I need to know. And then the next project I'm gonna create for client side or something will be Vite plus will be the boilerplate that Jack created. Actually, when
Hmm.
I create new web projects, I just use Next, honestly. Always. I'm not sure why.
Because that's the default option
Yeah, it's
recommended
just
by
simpler
the
this
React
way, right?
team.
They provide you the hosting as well, and like it just so integrated so nicely.
It's so fun and so nice until you reach the point when they start charging you. And then your costs will skyrocket. Basically, that's the problem with any cloud providers offering you some free stuff. It's
Something
never
for
free.
free. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to use your credit card. You need to input the number and the security number, and it's free. But you need to
Yeah.
give them the access. And
Just
now
in
you will,
just in case you will exceed the free quota.
and then you sleep. You're at sleep, basically in bed. You wake up in the morning and you see hundreds of dollars taken from your account because there was this story. Just a quick off topic. There was this story about a student working on some kind of side project or some university project. Uh, he used some kind of cloud. I don't remember what exactly the provider was, but the thing is that he forgot about the project, and for some reason, after months or even years, some kind of bot scanning the internet decided to download some kind of image or video from his site he forgot about. I think hundreds or thousands or millions times.
The
And
what?
so there was some file, like JPEG file, PNG file, and there was some bot basically scraping the web. For some reason, this bot downloaded this asset, this image, millions of times.
Uh-huh.
Like the
From his web page.
yeah, and the cloud provider had to charge for traffic, for bandwidth. The student received, like, couple of $1,000 of invoice to pay. And he was like devastated, like, what I'm supposed to do. I didn't even know that this page is still up.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that after some, let's say, public problems, like, because this person described the story publicly, and some people were really pissed off. I mean, because the cloud provider didn't provide any like bot protection stuff, the invoice was cancelled in the end. But still, that's something to remember.
Yeah,
That
like everyone, like on Twitter, there are a bunch of stories like that. Listen, I want to go to sleep,
me too.
eat some dinner or something, spend time with my family. But I will
It's
see
high
you.
time.
I will see some of you next week. Uh, I'm not sure if Shimon gonna be here, but like if he wants, like you are always invited.
We will
Uh,
see.
Thank you, and yeah, have a great day. I hope you learned something with me today.
Great night, to be precise.
Have a great night. See ya. Bye.
See ya.